أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم بسنتهم الدين أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم أرنا الحق حقا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا اجتنابه اللهم إنا نسألك خير ما سألك عبدك ورسولك نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ بك عبدك ورسولك نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Sorry again, we got late in this program. We're having some technical difficulties, inshallah, but alhamdulillah, we are here live with the Zikr and Dua, inshallah, for before the Iftar time. One of the things that is very important to understand in this month of Ramadan is making lots of dua at different times of the time. And one thing I would like to remind myself and remind all of you is to keep making dua throughout the day, throughout the night, any moment that we have a chance. Because of the hadith of Rasulullah, he said, "La yaruddu al-qadr illa dua." Nothing changes the qadr, the taqdeer, the destiny, except dua. So in this month of Ramadan, we should be doing a lot of shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and also a lot of dua. Not just dua at the time of suhoor and iftar, but dua at all the different times of the day, whenever we get an opportunity, whenever we get, especially after every salah that we pray, we should ask our children to make dua, especially those children who are ma'soom, who are innocent, meaning those young little children who have not reached puberty. Their dua is very, very mustajab, very accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So parents, especially parents, request your son and daughters, your youngsters, to raise their hand to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make dua. 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 7, 8-year-old, 9, 10-year-old, these kids, these boys and girls are our jewel, our gem. They are the glitter and glamour for our eye. And they are ma'soom, and these innocent young children, whatever dua they make, Allah will answer. So parents should be training their kids and children to get in the habit of making dua, whether the kids are fasting or not, regardless of that. But just the dua of the kids is very, very accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves these young little boys and girls making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is very important to understand that we as parents, as elders, encourage our children, teach them how to make dua, encourage them to make a dua, make them habit in for every single thing, whatever they want, just ask them to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if they want the most basic things of life, to buy a toy or a shoe or a clothes or something, tell them that first ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask Allah, get to in the habit of beseeching Allah, begging Allah. Because teaching the adab and akhlaq of dua to kids is a very important aspect of tarbiyah, especially tarbiyat al-awlad. We should نربي أولادنا على هذه الخصلة. We should mentor and coach our children on this habit forming, because if we make our children learn this habit of making dua, guess what? When they grow older, when they become adults, they will be always making dua, because they will give thanks to Allah that they had such parents, such beautiful mother and father, who got them in the habit of making dua. And that is very important. This Ramadan, if there's something we can do, is make ourselves in the habit of getting to make dua. Usually we have in the mindset that we make dua at a specific time, like, at this time or that time, or right after Salah or something. But we should teach our children and get them in the habit of making dua all the time. Dua does not require a fixed time. Dua does not require a fixed duration. If your child asks you, how long should I make dua? Tell them as much as you can, even if it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever. Because Allah loves the people. Allah says, your Lord has decreed a call upon me and I'll answer. So Little kids, little young kids, 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, when you train them, when you do tarbiyah, rabbi them, mentor them, and nurture them on this habit that, Habibi, Habibti, make dua. They ask you for anything, say, go first, make dua to Allah subhanahu. Even a little kid comes up to you, says, Mama, Baba, I need this. Say, okay, first go make dua to Allah subhanahu. Allah will give me the tawfiq to give you this thing, whatever they ask you for. This habit is a very good habit. Ramadan is a good time to build good habits. Ramadan is a good time to remove bad habits. So in this month, we should be training ourselves, programming our nafs in such a way that we remove ourselves from bad habits and we encourage ourselves, adopt ourselves with good habits. Because the more good habits we adopt in this month of Ramadan, the more chances are that we will continue with those good habits after Ramadan. From Shawwal until next Shaban, inshallah, those habits will stay with us. When you go to these companies, seminars, training workshops, they go for a week, one weekend. They make you do rigorous exercises in these training seminars in the hotel that you're staying, all day from morning to evening. You are in the workshop, you are in the seminar, you are in the training, in the ballroom, in the hotel. And the trainers are making you go through certain rigorous exercises because the company has invested in you. The company sent you for this seminar and training. And they want you to learn new tricks of trade, new ways of the business and things in your profession. So what are the trainers doing? They're making you repeat things again and again in that short time of 3 days or 5 days or 10 days, whatever that training was. And why? What is the wisdom behind it? That is where they got this from, the Quran. It is in our Quran that whatever good habits we make, whatever good habits we adopt and adapt to ourselves to it, it'll become second nature. For example, nobody tells us to brush our teeth. Nobody tells us to wash our face. Nobody tells us to wear clothes. These are second nature. These are innate instinct, natural instinct in us. We start doing it anyway. The moment we get up, you go to the bathroom, you start brushing. Nobody has to consciously remind you or tell you to do that, because that habit has become so programmed in the brain that now the brain is in auto mode, automatic. That same thing we need to do in this Ramadan. In this Ramadan, we need to program our brain to ask Allah to make dua for basic things, little things. And the best time to teach our kids to make dua is when they're young. Because as they're young and they get in the habit of making dua, when they grow up and become older, they will be making dua for everything. Why? Because their parents taught them to make dua. Their parents did tarbiyah for them and taught them that anything you want to ask, even if you want to ask your mom, dad, or your brother or sister, or your grandfather, grandmother, whatever you want to ask, first ask Allah, then go to other. Yani, do tarbiyah rabt ma'Allah. Rabt means connection, link with Allah. Connect your children with Allah. Because if they are connected with Allah through dua, then everything will become very easy. This Ramadan, brothers and sisters, especially parents, make one good thing, is train your children, no matter how small they are, train them to keep asking Allah, to make dua to Allah. Because when a person makes dua, when a person makes dua, they're connecting with Allah. So imagine a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 3-year-old, these little kids, 9, 10-year-old, everything they say, Ya Allah, bless me this, Ya Allah. Look how Allah will become happy. Allah will become happy with you, the father and mother. That look, you have connected your soul, you have connected your Habib, your flesh, your children to Allah, the Creator, the same Allah who gave you that child in the first place. But then sisters, how did we get the children? It's the ni'mah from Allah. There are so many couples, so many husband and wives who don't have a children. They have been married 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They don't have a children. Who gave us the children? Who gave us this big blessing, ni'mah from Allah, the awlad? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the best way to thank Allah for the awlad we have is rabt ma'Allah, is teach our children to connect with Allah. Anytime your son and daughter comes to you that, Baba, Mama, I want this, tell them, first go and ask Allah. Go make dua. Even if they just stand right there, the son and daughter just says and starts making dua to Allah, this is tarbiyah, this is ta'aleem, this is nourishing the soul that, okay, connect with Allah. And then they'll say, okay, I'm done. I just made dua. Okay, now I'll give it to you. And teach them that, look, Baba and Mama, father and mother, they don't have any qudra, they don't have any capability to give you anything as son and daughter. We are makhluk, we are creation. Khaliq is the one that gives everything. Allah is Al-Razzaq. Allah is Al-Mu'ti. Allah is the giver and distributor. So your father, your mother is getting from Allah and they're just passing it on to you. This tarbiyah, this nurturing is very important for the brain, for Tawheed. Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat. That Allah is the provider. Allah is the giver. No one can give me anything. My father, my mother cannot help me or give me anything unless what Allah gives. When you train your children this way, my dear brother, sister, Islam, the children will have rabt ma'Allah, connection with Allah. So even when they grow up, they will always be in this habit that first I have to ask Allah, then I will go to the wasail, the means. Yes, my mother, my father are the means to satisfy my desire. My mother and my father are the means to fulfill my needs, whatever I want, anything that I want. But I have to ask Allah. So when you connect the children with Allah, guess who's going to get happy? Allah. Allah will be so happy with you. Allah will say, look at this father, look at this look at this look at this mother. He or she are teaching and training their child to connect with me, Allah, the one who gave them the children in the first place. This is the best way to give thanks to Allah for the ni'mah of awlad, to teach our children to make dua constantly, everything. Even the most basic things. If they need a sharpener, an eraser, a pencil, something, a pen, a book, or a notebook, or whatever their hajat, whatever their need are, first tell them, Habibi, Habibti, go make dua to Allah. Go ask Allah first. Allah will then bless your mother, bless your father, and then I will be able to do it. Don't just right away give them. Don't just right away provide for them. That okay, because this way you will be training them to connect with Allah. And the more we learn with dua, to make dua to Allah, the more we will be connected with Allah. And now it is time for making dua. Very quickly, we'll make dua before it's time for Azaan. We still have 2 minutes. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم تقبل منا صيامنا، اللهم تقبل منا قيامنا، اللهم تقبل منا ركوعنا وسجودنا، اللهم تقبل منا تلاوة القرآن آناء الليل وأطراف النهار على وجهك الكريم رب العالمين. اللهم تقبل منا كل العبادة الذي عملنا خالصا لوجهك الكريم رب العالمين. اللهم يا شافي الأمراض يا شافي المشافى اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين رب العالمين. اللهم اشفهم شفاء كاملا لا يغادر سقما رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقهم الصحة والعافية في بدني وجسدي رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك أنت السميع مجيب الدعوات. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم ارفع عنا هذه الوباء كورونا. اللهم ارفع عنا هذه الوباء كورونا. اللهم ارفع عنا مقتك وغضبك عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أنت تكون راض عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أنت تكون راض عن كل المسلمين يا رب العالمين في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المؤمنين. اللهم وحد صفوف المؤمنين. اللهم كرم علينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحم علينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا أرحم الراحمين ارحم علينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحم علينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا رب المستضعفين ويا أرحم الراحمين ارحم علينا يا رب العالمين. نرجو رحمتك الواسعة يا الله يا رحمن. نرجو رحمتك الواسعة يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا رحمن يا رحيم نرجو رحمتك الواسعة يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار والحق بالصالحين رب العالمين. اللهم يا رحمن يا رحيم يا حنان يا منان يا ودود يا قاضي الحاجات يا مجيب الدعوات استجب دعاءنا. اللهم استجب دعاءنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم استجب دعاءنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم استجب دعاءنا يا رب العالمين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إنك لا تخلف الميعاد ربنا إنا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا والأبرار بالخمس رب العالمين اللهم آتق رقابنا ورقاب آبائنا من النار اللهم آتق رقابنا ورقاب آبائنا من النار اللهم ارحم على والدينا يا رب العالمين رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا رب ارحمهما كما رباني صغيرا وصلى الله على خلق محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه برحمك الرحمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله نستغفر ونتوب إليك. It is time for Azaan now. Inshallah, I'll recite the dua so that you know how to recite the dua. Teach your kids the dua. اللهم لك صمت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وعلى رزقك أفطرت ذهبت الدمى وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. And now it's time for Azaan.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعث المقام محمود الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. Inshallah we'll meet again at 9 p.m. with the summary just of the 7 to 9 inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.